So, good morning. Welcome to Ancra Cargo. We are the premier cargo securement company in North America. For those who haven't met me, I'm Larry Bethel, the president of Ancra. Thank you for that. Thank you all for being here and sharing in this special day with Ancra. It's been both challenging and rewarding growing the company, and the opening of this new facility represents a significant step in our growth. So the schedule is brisk, like I said, so we're just going to jump right into it. So allow me to introduce the 63rd Governor of Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear. Governor Beshear grew up in central Kentucky and graduated from Henry Clay High School before attending Vanderbilt and the University of Virginia School of Law. His family and community instilled in him the values, faith, family, and public service. He leaned on those values more than ever during two historic natural disasters, the Western Kentucky tornadoes and the Eastern Kentucky floods. Under Governor Beshear's leadership, Kentucky is rebuilding and our economy is booming. Even as our state faced some of its toughest challenges, Governor Beshear has prioritized bringing good-paying jobs to every corner of the Commonwealth. Since he took office in December 2019, the private sector has announced more than $24 billion in investment. And under his leadership, Team Kentucky has attracted well over 800 economic development projects, creating more than 42,000 jobs. Please join me in welcoming Governor Andy Beshear.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Larry, for that introduction, and thank y'all for having me here today. I'm so happy to join you today for the ribbon cutting on Ancra's new headquarters right here. This has got to be an exciting day for everyone who works with or has helped create this company, put up this building. And what I love best about these announcements are the jobs. You know, a job is more than a number. We like throwing out record numbers of jobs which we've created, but it's security. It's how you look across that kitchen table and know you're going to provide for your kids and provide more opportunities than maybe you had. It's something that helps us not only survive, but to thrive. And this $8 million investment is bringing 50 high-quality jobs to Northern Kentucky. Let's talk a little bit about this amazing company that we are so proud to have here in the Commonwealth. It is a leading designer and manufacturer of cargo securement systems for transportation. It plays a critical role in the supply chain and transportation industries in Northern Kentucky and in North America as a whole. I am so excited that Ancra Cargo is continuing to grow right here in Kentucky. At 150,000 square feet, this new facility will include assembly, distribution, and office space. I'm heard some of the furniture is still being put up in some of that office space right now. And it's going to increase the company's capacity for product development and for marketing. Today's announcement adds to both this great company's and Kentucky's winning streak. We've been working hard over these last 3 years to build a better future, a better Commonwealth, to provide more economic opportunities for our people than ever before. And let me tell you, this ribbon cutting gets us one step closer. This company is adding to Kentucky's thriving manufacturing sector, and it is truly thriving. Since the start of my administration, just the manufacturing companies have announced 26,000 full-time jobs in Kentucky at $18.6 billion of new investment, just the one industry. More than $1.6 billion of new investment has come to the Northern Kentucky Area Development District with 6,600 new jobs. That's the last couple years alone. Today's announcement adds to the success we've been seeing, Judge, in Boone County as well. You look at announcements like 80 Acres investing $74 million, creating 125 new jobs. DG Distribution, $65 million, 250 new jobs. Global Mail, $55 million, 75 new jobs. Put simply, we're winning in Kentucky day after day, and Northern Kentucky is winning day after day. And I gotta tell you, of all the economic development announcements that you get to go to as governor, and I'm pretty proud we've been to a lot, the ribbon cutting is the best. The announcement of a new company, of a new expansion, it's about hope. A groundbreaking is about the work, but a ribbon cutting is about the reality. It means that hope of new employment, of expansion, has come to fruition, and it means more of our people, and some from Ohio, are gonna have that security, that dignity, and here, I know they're gonna have an amazing career. Our economy is on fire. More companies just like this one that could go anywhere are picking us, and many picking us for the largest investments that they have ever made. I gotta tell you, day after day, I hear our bordering states looking at Kentucky and saying, oh my goodness, what's your secret? And I'm looking back at them and saying, I'm not telling you. But our secret is you. Our secret are the amazing Kentuckians that give these companies confidence that they can grow here, that they can be profitable here, that we have the best workforce in the entire country because we have the best people in the entire country. And if you want to know one reason I think we're getting brand new interest, it's because a lot of people turned on that TV after tornadoes or after flooding. And they probably turned it on to see the devastation. What they saw were really good people driving up into each other's driveways, introducing themselves for the first time and saying, how can I help? Taking people who had survived a flood with only the clothes on their back, giving them shelter and getting them back up on their feet. What the world is learning is what we already knew, that we are good people, we are strong people, we care about each other, and when we give a company our word that we will get it done, and we will get them that workforce, and we will get their facility up and on time, we keep our word. And over these last couple of years, when we have seen more economic development than ever before, coming off our best 2 years in our history, and thank you for being a part of that. And we came into 2021 averaging about $5 billion of new investment a year. Last 2 years, $21 billion of new investment in Kentucky. Back to back, we've had record numbers of new jobs created, over 18,000 in 2021, followed by 15,000 in 2022. Last year, we set the lowest unemployment rate the Commonwealth has ever seen 3 straight times. And we had the longest period we were under 3.9% unemployment. We have the healthiest fiscal house that we have had as state government. We are in the midst of what will be the 4 largest budget surpluses in our history, with a rainy day fund of now $2.5 billion, about $100 million in their total when I became governor. And we are investing in infrastructure like never before, something I know is so critical to this company. Before a little announcement that I'm going to mention that we had a couple weeks ago, we had already let over $1 billion last year to improve infrastructure in our roads and in our bridges. We made the largest public sector investment in our history in broadband because now we know high-speed internet is just as important infrastructure as any road that's out there. We're doing more, Judge, in water and sewer with our Cleaner Water program, which was a bipartisan agreement with the General Assembly that they funded. Doesn't that sound good? A bipartisan agreement. We're bringing water to homes and even a school that didn't have reliable drinking water and sewer service here in Boone County. And then there was that announcement we got to make of the largest infrastructure grant in the history of the United States, where we are going to build that Brent Spence Companion Bridge, and we're going to do it without tolls. So I want to thank this incredible company and all the employees. I've gotten a chance to meet some of you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in Kentucky. Thank you for believing in Northern Kentucky. Because I'm going to tell you, while we have been through a lot, pandemics and flooding, tornadoes, 2 ice storms, a polar plunge, inflation, economic repercussions of a war in Europe, and that's a lot. We are turning the page. You know, there's that psalm that talks about weeping may linger in the evening, but there will be joy in the morning. And I'm telling you, that's what we're living right now. We're going from a time of difficulty and darkness to one of brightness and prosperity. Where here in Kentucky, we got a chance to not only leapfrog 10 other states' economies, we have a chance to be a top 10 state economy. And I think we deserve it. I think we deserve it. We are good people, and we've got a big, bright future. I want to thank this company. I want to thank all of our officials. I want to thank everybody who made it possible for us to say there are 50 additional Kentucky and maybe a few Ohio families that are going to have the dignity of working for an incredible company like this one. God bless. Thank you all very much.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. Thank you, Governor Beshear. Now I'd like to introduce Representative Steve Rawlings. Representative Rawlings was elected in November 2022 to serve Boone County in the House of Representatives. He lives in Burlington and serves in the 66th House District, which includes Burlington, Hebron, and Petersburg. He is an attorney by trade, has received his law license in Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, the federal courts, and the United States Supreme Court. He graduated with a Bachelor in Business Administration from the University of Cincinnati, go Bearcats, and he received his JD from Chase Law School at Northern Kentucky University. He served as an associate editor at the Northern Kentucky Law Review. Additionally, he is a published author. He is on the Judiciary Committee for the Board of Directors of USA Shooting, is on the Board of Directors for the Merit Theater Company, a community theater company headquartered in Burlington, and is on the Board of Directors in Cambodia and Mexico for the Rawlings Foundation, a nonprofit worldwide camping ministry. In Frankfurt, he serves on the committees of Education, Judiciary, and State Government. Please join me in welcoming Representative Steve Rawlings.
Thank you, Mr. Bethel, Larry. I didn't know all of that would be a part of this. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm just a newly elected state representative, so this is a new experience for me. I spoke with Senator John Schickel this morning, and he gave his regrets. He's in sunny Florida, so he's missing out on this. But I'm so honored to be a part of this opening, this grand opening of the national headquarters for Ancra Cargo and their North American headquarters. It's great to have Ancra's growing, thriving business operations that we can now welcome to Hebron and our Northern Kentucky community. For a long time, I drive by these warehouses, and you wonder what is inside these warehouses. People drive by these warehouses daily, and they have no idea what's inside the buildings. It's fascinating. I've had the opportunity to be in some of them, and people don't realize there's products that go out all over the world. So people drive by, they can't see the amazing product line of a company like Ancra's. They can't see the manufacturing and the distribution process is so interesting. The Ancra product line is interesting and is fascinating because of the nature of the product. Some of the products reach the far ends of the globe. And that's true with a lot of warehouses here, a lot of business in Northern Kentucky. And Ancra serves an essential function of North American commerce by keeping our nation's economy moving. We are thrilled to have Ancra here in Boone County. Thank you so much. Thank you to the team, leadership team, all the workers that make this thing happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Rawlings. Now I'm pleased to introduce Judge Gary Moore, who his reputation must precede him because it felt like everybody knew him already. But Judge Moore was first elected Judge Executive for Boone County, Kentucky in 1998. The Judge Executive is the highest elected office in county government. Judge Moore has provided vision, leadership for Boone County during a period of tremendous growth and development. As a result, in just the last 10 years, Boone County has been awarded over 150 economic projects, totaling $3.6 billion in capital investment and creating more than 16,000 jobs. Judge Moore continues to build strong partnerships with the cities, schools, and agencies across the county, state, and the region. These working relationships have delivered results that have improved the economic development, growth, and overall quality of life for people of Boone County. Please join me in welcoming Judge Moore.
I'm going to be extremely brief because I think we've touched on the numbers, we've touched on what the company does, and I want to just talk a little more about you, the people. Just coming in, it's kind of like a reunion. I'm seeing so many friends and colleagues, neighbors, and others from the community. We've talked about those of you from Ohio, and I would guess there's a few from Indiana. We're probably closer to Indiana than we are Ohio at the moment. But to all of you, we're excited to be here today. We talked about my old Kentucky home, part of our Kentucky history. Well, I want to say welcome to your new Kentucky home here today. And to Jude and your company and who finished out the interior of the building, the number of jobs, we often talk about the company, but the jobs that were already created and the success just in getting you all here today. So thank you as well. I wanted to recognize you and your company. We do these things really for the quality of life, and we talk about the numbers. But when we can help supply an individual, a family, a livelihood, an income, a place to work, and I can see already a place to grow. The fact that you are consolidating facilities is so important, and you're doing it right here. We know your companies can go just about anywhere in today's world, but you choose to be here. And that means so much to us. And I want to, from my heart, say thank you for being here. We also talked a little bit about the size of these buildings. And when people drive by, they often see, 600,000, a 700,000, maybe even 1 million square foot building go up. And they're thinking everything is just, material handling, entry-level jobs, low-paying jobs. That's not what's happening in many of these buildings, and it's definitely not what's happening here. I hear research and development. I hear corporate headquarters. I hear other aspects of this project that just guarantee and show that this is much more than that. We are a logistics hub in the United States because of our geographic location, and that's obvious, but it's more than that. So again, I want to say thank you for including me today. Thank you for choosing your new Kentucky home right here. I was going to comment also on the new Grace Road interchange right here. I came from Burlington, and I didn't even touch 237 to get here. This new interchange, Governor, it was a project that we promised with a new style of construction. It was a design build, and it was opened in 1 year. We'd already secured right away, design had been done, but because of the construction design and the contractors that worked on this, a new interchange in 1 year. Previously, an interchange like this might take 5-6 years. And that was remarkable, and I'm sure another reason that you chose to be here because of the infrastructure. So thanks to Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, to the governor, in making this project happen, and it's another thank you for today. So God bless, thank you, and welcome. We also want to be here to serve you. I meant to touch on that. When we do these, we often come back in a few years for an expansion or other good news. But we know that we as the county, since you're not in a city, have the responsibility of servicing you here. So everything from Sheriff's Patrol, safety, fire, cleaning the streets when it snows, those type things, we're here to serve you and to try to make sure that you have a successful experience here. So thanks again.
Thank you, Judge Moore. Last but not least, please join me in welcoming Lee Croom. Mr. Crume is the president and CEO of the Northern Kentucky Triad, which is the economic development company that works to attract, retain, and grow businesses in Boone, Campbell, and Kenton counties. Appointed in April 2019, Mr. Crume brings extensive private sector experience to his role leading the team at Triad. Mr. Crume and his team have been successful in exceeding the company's targets for new projects and jobs announced in 2020, 2021, and 2022, despite the disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, Triad won 25 projects representing 2,356 new jobs and $291 million in capital investment. Please join me in welcoming Lee Croom.
Well, good morning. Really glad to be here. You know, the challenge, and I was just mentioning this to Representative Rawlings, of going forth when you have a dynamic governor, judge, executive, and representative speaking is they hit every point that you want to make it something like this. And so, Larry, you mentioned extensive private sector experience. Let me tell you where that started. It started as a person who wanted a job and needed a job a long time ago in a county far, far away from here. Understanding the importance of work and what work means and how important having a good job is to people. And so for us, and Governor, you touched on this, the groundbreaking is really that fulfillment. And so for me, seeing the blue shirts over here, even the Who Day shirt in the audience, still believe in the Bengals. It was a tough Sunday, but still believe. But seeing the blue shirts that say Ancra Cargo and knowing that people are coming to work and having that opportunity to pursue their dreams and their opportunities is incredibly important. And that's what fuels the work that Triad does, is getting to see days like this. Judge Moore talked about it. The economic activity has already started. I see the team from CBRE. I see the team from Furlong Building. You mentioned that there's still office furniture being constructed in the back. So $8 million of investment has already generated jobs and work and economic investment in our community. And we think that is so very important. So a great day. I won't belabor the point. Larry, I do need to ask one personal favor, and I don't mean to put you on the spot here. I can't seem to work a ratchet strap without jamming the thing when I go to loosen it. Could I possibly get a remedial class or tutorial on that?
Yeah, there's nobody in this room believes that I'm the best person. My engineers will be happy to help you out.
The swear jar will take a hit if I can learn how to do that properly. One last thing I'll say, and I think all of our speakers touched about it, I think of this as the logistics and innovation industry in our community. Rep. Rawlings touched about it, Judge Moore talked about it, but what really happens behind these walls in the innovation that occurs, the products that get built, whether it's the sensors and the robots that are moving product around at a company like Advanced Handling Systems, whether it's an Ancra Cargo that is securing the products and help move them through the processes, or even like an Atlas Airlines that you see down the road that is flying cargo all over the world from Northern Kentucky. The logistics and innovation industry is a big driver for us in Northern Kentucky, and we're so thrilled to see you growing and expanding. Thank you for what you've done and continued success.
Sure. Thank you. So you mentioned it was tough to go fourth. Imagine going fifth. And Judge Moore, thank you for the Graves Road exit. I can tell you that many of us that commute back and forth to work use that, and it's significantly better than the Hebron Road exit. So thank you for that. Thank you, Governor Beshear, Representative Rawlings, Judge Moore, Mr. Crume, for taking the time to be here. Collectively, you've created an environment in Kentucky that's easy to do business and has allowed Ancra to grow and to flourish. It was an easy decision for us to expand our operations and headquarters in Kentucky because it is both business and employee friendly. An excellent business and regulatory environment creates the fertile ground for small businesses like ours to grow the way we have, and Ancra is proud to be in a state that both cares about our success and the well-being of our employees. Thank you to the state of Kentucky and the Northern Kentucky Triad. With my time, I'd like to thank a lot of the people that brought this amazing facility to life, so just bear with me a little bit. There's a lot of people contributed, like many of our guests have commented on it. It's created a lot of jobs for Ancra Cargo, but there's been a lot of people that have participated and contributed to the building of this success of this amazing facility. So first, I'd like to recognize Mark, Andy, Sean, Greg, and Dan Archie on the Ancra team for leading the effort in designing, coordinating, planning, and executing our vision and the move. Special thanks for the extra support from June, Emily, Jessica, Jen McVeigh, Matt Woolery, Chris Sanders, and Andy Iverson for owning many of the big and the little details. Thank you to our quality teams, notably Dan, Helen, Jim, and Dee, our planning teams, notably Debbie and Bambi, and the entire ops team for making the best of working around construction, temporary workspaces, and a makeshift break room. Special thanks to our contractors. These are kind of like a movie. They're in almost in order of appearance. Jeff Bender, who I don't think could be here, from Cushman Wakefield, for finding this fantastic building for us. Kurt, Katie, Ryan, Trent from Platt Designs for designing a beautiful office and bringing our vision to life. James and Kyle at Method Solutions for guiding us through the move and decommissioning. Jude, Pete, Colin, Steve, and Mike at Furlong for being an amazing contractor to work with and constantly adjusting on the fly. Just an additional note there, I've talked to other business leaders that have capital improvement projects, and they couldn't pull off anything of this type of scale in the time that you guys did it. I honestly do not know how you did it in the time you did it in, but thank God, because we got kicked out of our last place and we're all gonna be homeless till you finished. So thank you for that. Ashley at JLL and the Heitman Group for being great business partners to lease from and to work with. Danny, Sarah, Brandon, and Tommy from RJE, and Rebecca from Allsteel for the beautiful furniture and flawless installation that was just occurring about 35 minutes ago. Chris at Sturm Electric and Andy from J&A. Honestly, they were here so often, they're now honorary members of the Ancra Cargo team. There's no two people I saw more often than those two guys, and they did a fantastic job. Metalworking Group, Dave Harmeyer and Corey Hatfield for the beautiful panels and their overall patience throughout the project. So all the steel panels, Metalworking Group is one of our suppliers for our traditional product line, and they contributed to those significant design aspects of this facility. So thank you for that. Kevin Phelps at PCS for our data and internet. I think, like the governor mentioned, everybody knows how important that is. Trevin Reynolds and Paul Needham from CCE for the beautiful millwork, the reception desk, and millwork throughout the facility. Michelle Spiegel and Jeremy Miller at RTF for our new security system. Chuck Moore from Raymond Storage Racks for our brand new racking. Our painters, Russ Fussnecker and Paul Rizzo from Rizzo Brothers Paint, who probably, I'm guessing, hope they never see the color blue again. Jose Navesquez and Dennis Howard from Spectra Flooring. Jeff Michael for Quality Signs. Our signs are beautiful. One of the things that attracted us to this building was the highway access for branding opportunities, and the signs when they're lit up just look fantastic. Last but not least, Chris Aoul from Recker & Berger for the appliances. So there's a lot of architectural uniqueness to our design, and all of these contractors handled it with patience and professionalism. Good enough was never good enough for you. Ancra appreciates the pride that you take in your work and how it's reflected throughout our facility. It was a pleasure working with every single one of you. Finally, and most importantly, my deepest thank you goes to every Ancra employee, current and former, for taking our foundation of success and turbocharging it to become the world leader in cargo securement. The dedication, professionalism, and perseverance to GSD, which not everybody knows what GSD for, we'll keep it PG, to get stuff done every day, is what makes Ancra a special place to work and the #1 choice for our customers. In the last decade, we have doubled our business, added over 70 employees, and established ourselves as one of the most innovative companies in the transportation industry. None of that can happen without every single one of us choosing to do it the Ancra way instead of the easy way. This building is a testament to your commitment to our vision, and it will fuel our success into the future. Thank you to all of the dignitaries and guests joining us today. We appreciate your support and making sure that Ancra is always moving forward.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hold it tight and that'll help.
ready?
Give me a
One,
One,
one. Okay, you got it.
2, 3, cut.
There you go.
Got it.
There you go.
All right.